The first generation Lancia Delta is an iconic car known for dominating in Group B, Group A, and WRC rally racing in the late 80s and early 90s. My name is Ari from Boost Life, and this right here is a 1998 second generation Lancia Delta. We're going to find out if it deserves a spot on the podium next to its big brother in automotive history. The first generation Lancia Delta was given a new lease on life due to its rally racing success. However, in the early 1990s, it was about 10 years old and in need of a refresh. That's where this car comes in. Lancia dubbed this car the Nuovo Delta, which literally just translates to New Delta in Italian. How creative. The reason why you've never seen this car before is because it was never sold in the United States. This car here was actually imported from Canada. As of late, Italian design has been a hit or a miss. That being said, this car right here to me is absolutely gorgeous. I love the yellow, and the Martini livery is a really nice tribute to its big brother, the Delta S4. The white wheels in this car are stunning. I think they did the yellow a nice pop, and they look absolutely great. Another feature I really like is this sporty spoiler back here. Lets people know that you're not just in a regular hatchback, but indeed a hot hatch. This Italian hot hatch is powered by an equally Italian Alfa Romeo 1.8 liter twin cam 16 valve motor, paired to a smooth shifting 5-speed manual transmission. The only mount to this car is this sweet sounding Super Spring exhaust. Before even stepping into the car, the first thing I noticed were these beautiful two-tone seats. They don't look perfect, but it lets you know that you're in something a little bit different. There's plenty of room in here. I am so comfortable, and I can imagine myself driving this car all day long. There's plenty of leg room. The pedal spacing is fantastic. I love the floor mats too. I like the yellow accents around. I think it looks great. As far as the gauges, you have 3 gauges to your right that make the car look like it's a rally car a little bit. And the driver gauges, it's so funny to me that the only gauge that's white is the speedometer. I think it looks perfect. The steering wheel is the right size. I always complain about cars having too big or bulky steering wheels, and this is the right size to me. The transmission, the shifter is great. It goes into gear super smooth. The Lancia also has this weird cubby on the passenger side. I don't know what you'd even put there, and I feel like whatever you would put would fall out the second you start driving. Surprisingly, for a car this era, everything is power windows, power mirrors. I mean, it's late 90s, but I'm just surprised, personally. One interesting thing that we noticed were these rear deck speakers on the trunk tray. Most trunk trays that you have in modern day cars are just foam or plastic, but these ones actually have built-in speakers to them. And it's kind of removable, which is odd. Very interesting. The interior of the Delta is super chaotic in a good way. You have certain aspects that make it seem like it's a race car or a rally car. You really know that you're in a hot hatch, not just a regular Delta when you get inside of it. If I'm going to describe this car in one word, it's going to be quirky. The car is just so unique in the styling, how it looks on the outside and on the inside. It's very interesting with these colors, especially these seats. But as drivability goes, it's a ton of fun. It's really a blast to drive. You don't have a ton of power to work with. We're looking at like 130-ish horsepower. It's fun. I'm not saying it's fast by any means, especially not as modern cars go, but it's fun. It's fun to toss around. It's really good fun in that sense. It has that point and shoot aspect that you want out of a hot hatch. You really just turn the car where you want to go, and the car will go. It's smile-inducing. There's so much grip to work with. Because the car doesn't weigh anything. Oh, that was so much fun.
As you wish.
Alright, let's talk about the sound. The 130 horsepower this 1.8 shoots out is plenty. It's not fast by any means, but this 1.8 sounds amazing. ride quality goes, the suspension isn't super harsh. It's not super soft either. It's a nice, good medium. And this is a car from the 90s where technology hadn't, you know, put all these buffs to make things so much softer and all this technology to make things heavier and bloated. So you have a lot of communication through the steering wheel. You feel everything. You feel every little bump on the road. I do appreciate that this is from an era that is so far gone from what we have today. I mean, the cars that we have today are so numb, whereas this thing, you can get in and drive it and putt around town in it, and it'll just a giant smile on your face. And it's crazy that this car was just forgotten by history. Before I went to the Group B Automotive and discovered this car existed, I had no idea that there was even a second gen Lancia Delta in the first place. And now that I get to see it in person and drive one, it's fantastic. Does it deserve to be next to its big brother, the Delta S4, and the first gen Lancia Delta? Probably not. It's quirky in its own right. It's its own class of car. It's its own little hot hatch from the 90s. And it got overlooked by a lot of cars at that time, like the GTI and other cars. It deserves a spot. I don't think it deserves a spot on the podium with the Lancia. I think that there's so many better cars from the 90s, better hot hatches out there. But to get in this car and experience it, and experience the fun that this car has to offer is fantastic. The car is just a blast to drive. Just the way it comes out of corners is so much fun. And I don't know, I just think it's just a great experience in here. It's crazy to me that it's just been overlooked. I've never heard about these cars at all. It is absolutely insane to me that I never have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a huge shout out to the Group B Automotive for letting us borrow the car for the day and share the story with you guys. Let us know in the comments below if you think that this car is deserving of being a part of Lancia's pedigree. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, I've been Ari from Boost Life. Thanks for watching.